Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Demon Slayer Season 1, Episode 13 called Something More Important Than Life.
And I'm really not sure what that is hinting to because that's like his whole thing is about Nezuko. So what is more important than that?
Nezuko, more important than life.
Okay, I guess I would consider that the same thing. Or do you think it has something to do with the double-sworded guy, like on some kind of mission?
Well, I feel like they need to still escape the Tsuzumi mansion.
True.
Like, we are kind of at the point where, you know, we have a little backstory on the main demon there, or the only demon left.
Yeah. We've
got the boarhead, pighead man.
Which you still don't know a ton about.
Who is a little tweaked.
Definitely.
If you ask me. We have Zenitsu, who can pass out and just has like this out of body experience where he just becomes this like thunder fighter.
Okay, so here's my question about that. Does that make him, is that a redeeming quality?
No, because you know what? There's a lot of people that I really like when they're passed out. But when they're conscious, I can't stand them.
Okay, interesting. Not where I thought you were going.
Where did you think I was going?
I thought you were gonna say like it's. I mean, the fact that he can do that and he just needs to pass out is like makes up for the personality. I don't want to call it a defect, but
no,
if
he was awake and was doing that, I could give him some points. The fact that he's not even aware and is unconscious when he's doing it, no.
I kind of want to see what his like training backstory is. Like, did he train while he was awake, or like how did that work? Or did he repress all of his training and it just comes out when he's unconscious? Like I'm a little bit curious about him now. I want to know a little more.
His teacher got so upset with him that he smacked him upside the head to the point that he was knocked out, and then all of a sudden Zenitsu was running through the obstacle course like and the teacher was like, there you have it folks, the secret.
So do you think he just spent 7 days sleeping on a mountain? Like, is that what happened?
Maybe he took a... You know what? We're diving really down the rabbit hole here.
Anyway.
I'm sure we'll find out. We need to get out of the Tsuzumi mansion, first and foremost. I still think Nezuko is gonna save the day.
I mean, it's not a bad prediction.
She just needs to get out of that box.
I think the boarhead is gonna save the day.
I'm scared of him.
I mean, it doesn't mean he's not gonna save the day.
Okay, we're not gonna focus too hard on the title though.
Fair enough.
Because I think we're just gonna end up being surprised. So let's see. Let's hope they can wrap things up with this mansion. And you know that crow is just perched on a branch outside waiting for them to take one step outside of the mansion before being like, to the southeast! So he's got like a list of all the places. He's like, check. Okay. Anyways, let's do it. Season 1, Episode 13 of Demon Slayer is coming right now. That was left.
It's like Simon Says.
Watch out for the middle one. Claws.
A little positive self-talk. Let's get after it.
You touched on this last episode where he was like, started with bad self-talk, and then at the end, he flipped the switch and you're like, that's what we need. Here we are. How's the Zenitsu?
どこだよ。気持ち悪い音がまだ響いてくる。無事でいろよ、炭治郎。善一さん、なんか同じとこ回ってないですか？やっぱりそんな気がしてたんだよね。さすが翔一くん、頼りになるね。じゃあ、うちの部屋大丈夫か見てくれる？
It's not.
Only if you're sleeping.
こっち行ってみよう。
I don't like that it's dark.
炭治郎、出ておいで。
You can definitely spot his jacket though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. He can change any room? Oh, I wonder if they all change? Oh, pass out. Outside?
No, who gets things done?
I get it done!
That was the middle one, watch out!
What's the deadly Simon says?
I feel sick watching this.
Seasick?
Yeah.
Needs a strategy.
Oh gosh. Ooh.
Distraction.
Bring the humanity into it, baby.
Get in his head. Double middle tap.
Look at that!
Real Pearl Jam song.
It's him.
That's kind of harsh.
人に教えられる腕前でもないが。
He was already
Hold on a sec. He
was a demon at that point. That flashback to was of him being a demon. He wasn't going outside.
a demon with a passion for prose.
That's good alliteration.
Thank you. I love a demon backstory. Is that our first one?
I think so.
No, we kind of saw the really ugly one at the final selection, just briefly.
Yeah. Okay.
But like,
But this had some.
Hit me
This had
up.
some substance to it.
his hobby was
Writing.
Suzumi.
And drumming. It's real creative.
Oh my goodness.
I want to know. Do you think that was his dad? Who was?
Or his teacher, maybe, or what was it? He was a demon, so maybe it was a. Too many questions.
Alright, I wonder if we'll find out the rest of the backstory.
Did Zenitsu and the boy fly out of the house?
It looked like they fell out the window when the house.
You know what that means? They can let Nezuko out. Let the girl take care of business.
The girl can get out on her own, but it was daylight, so they're gonna have to move the box inside to let her out.
No, you don't want to do that. Don't go back in there.
No.
Okay, that room. Did you ever? You probably didn't because you get motion sickness. But at an amusement park or something, you know those rides where they use the centrifugal force
Like the strawberries.
to like.
I hated.
No,
those.
it's like a huge ride where
the cage?
everybody you're in a cage
Yeah.
and it just spins so fast that you end up being pinned against the back of your cage and then it like tilts. That is what this whole fight scene is reminding me of.
That's fair. I could never do that. I'd barf.
I used to go in them all the time. Fun fact, on one of our first dates, Adam took me to an amusement park and I rode all the rides by myself.
I went on a couple of them until I got sick.
He was like, I'll just wait for you here. I was like,
But I mean,
cool.
you sit in line for like 2 hours, so we really got to know each other, and then you went for a ride, and I waited for you when I was done.
So, yeah, that's what that was reminding me of.
That's actually a good comparison.
I'm also gonna say, Tanjiro has fallen on his back for like the last 5 episodes.
Bruised spine.
Like, his spine is gonna be destroyed.
Do you think the crows ever give them like a chance to recover? Like, is there any thought about, hey, like most of your bones are broken, like maybe like relax for a day?
No, dude, he's waiting outside with the next mission on his beat.
I also love that he just doesn't participate. Like, I'm not gonna come help you. I'm just gonna wait here for you to get thrashed and then tell you what to do.
Pick up the pace. Okay, tell me more about this demon. Oh dear, this is gonna be wild. Oh!
I'd be sick.
And he still has the pages.
He probably still writes.
Oh. Tell him how good his writing is.
Broken leg. Mold.
Moldy
Mold's cutting,
paper?
Cutting through the house.
Yes. Whoa. Splashing water flow, turbulent. I got goosebumps.
Got it. I love how he uses the past tense. It was pretty great. See ya.
It was good. R.I.P. Get that blood. Where's the vial at?
No, he's not. He's been banished.
No, but you want to study it still. He was close.
深く息を吸ってしまった。俺は
He must have some broken ribs.
Everything.
少佐、血気術、すごいか。
すごかった。でも人を殺したことは許さない。そうだ、血を取らなきゃ。
Yeah, man. Whoa! What?
Works on its own.
I love
血が
that.
取れてる。刺さったら本当に自動で血を取ってくれるんだ。
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
ユスロさんは器用だ。
You have to admit the frantic hands on that drumming was kind of funny.
Good old bongo circle. But it's almost counterproductive because the room's spinning so fast, the gravity kept shifting. He was just like hanging out in the middle.
He was
Like he wasn't actually hitting anything. It was disorienting for sure, but no damage. Other than being dizzy.
I love his problem solving, top notch, as always. Took him a while to get there. Makes sense. But like once
a
he got it. He has a lot of broken bones, for sure.
Yeah. He needs like a month to recover.
When Kyogai asked him, so you think my blood demon art was amazing? I thought he was gonna be like, yes, but it was lacking a little passion. I think you probably could have gotten more out of it if you were writing stuff. I really thought that he was gonna like identify that, you know?
Yeah.
And the guy would have been like, see, I knew it.
Should have been a writer.
Yeah, cause like he always ends every like kill, I guess, with like a humanity piece and like a compassion or empathy kind of piece. So I really thought he was gonna be like, yes, you were amazing, which was nice.
Yeah.
But that he was gonna be like, but I didn't feel the passion. You gotta pursue your dreams.
I mean, obviously he's getting run around too much to read any of the paper, but just the fact that he was dodging it meant something to him. But it helped him figure out how to kill him. So.
Yeah, served a purpose.
Yeah.
Just not the one we expected.
What's with the symbol?
No, that's the paper that was on his head.
That's what I'm saying.
よしよし、ありがとう。
Oh, a delivery Neko.
これでよし。じゃあ気をつけて。
Blood delivery.
Right
Right to that blood bank.
Amazing.
Demon cat.
ユシロさんの術で泣くまで人の目には見えず、もう
Oh.
一度泣くとまた姿を消すとは聞いてたけど、
Amazing.
本当なんだな。
That's kind of sweet.
That's so cool.
あの子たちを探さなきゃ。
I mean, he should be able to get out now.
小生書いたものつまらないんだよ、君の書き物は。全てにおいてゴミのようだ。美しさも儚さも凄みもない。ゴミなどではない。少なくともあの小僧にとっては踏みつけにするようなものではなかったのだ。
I told you it meant something to him.
成仏してください。
Oh, there's the empathy piece.
Now, how is he running on a broken leg?
小生の血気術
The writing was his blood demon art. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Both my blood demon art and my Suzumi were recognized. Did Tanjiro know that, or do you think he was referring to the Suzumi?
I think he was referring to the Suzumi.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oops. Good job, kids.
Oh, they're just casually sitting, just heaving objects.
Well, he said not to let anybody in.
Yeah, it's true. Should have announced himself.
よく頑張ったぞ清もさあ外に出よう背中に乗って足は大丈夫かはいもう少しの辛抱だぞ善逸と小一の匂いがする
Wait, what?
Why is he carrying that kid and not the little girl?
That's what I thought.
The board is somewhere.
どうしたのいや急ごう
He's gonna pop out.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
That is the redeeming quality we were looking for.
It's true.
I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps induced by Zenitsu. I never thought it would happen.
I mean, not from something good.
Oh.
And it looks like he took a beating.
Bad.
Did you see that, like, blue eye?
Yeah, that was like the biggest, like, blood
Welt.
bag bruise. Just any B word. That, I value loyalty, okay? And that,
I can get behind that. 100%.
yes. I really hope that it kind of continues along this track. No regressing.
俺はな昔から耳が良かったんだよな寝てる間に人が話したことを知ってる時があって気味悪がられたっけ鬼の音が消えた炭治郎鬼倒したんだな炭治郎たちとあと何か変なうるさい足音がするな善逸さん善逸さんああよかった大丈夫ですか部屋が変わった時の勢いで外に飛ばされたんです
And you laid it on your back.
そうだっけ善逸さんが
I must have done something great.
僕は大丈夫ですけどそれはよかったでなんでそんなに泣いてんのなるほどね俺が頭から落ちてんのねはい俺死ぬのなんか頭がクラクラしてきた何
No, I don't like this thing. Whoa.
Head first.
鬼の気配がするぜ
あいつ
Oh.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
どけ。どかない。これは炭治郎の。
ごちゃごちゃうるせえ。ならそいつも箱をまとめて始末してやる。さっさとどけ。てめえ。
この箱には。
He needs to pass out.
Mm-hmm.
分かってる。
We got a lot of information there.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Okay, so that was the other dude from Selection.
The fifth survivor.
Right. But he's clearly, like, not fully in the core. Because he got 2 swords, everybody else got 1.
But we kind of had the clue that he was in the core because he was talking about the Nishirin swords and only the
Yeah, the people who passed get them.
Yes. So that was kind of a clue, but then he threw us off by saying he was self-taught, he was weird.
Yeah, for some reason, I guess I didn't think he was part of that class. Like, I figured he had gone and tried to pass and failed, and then, like, found the swords, or, like, followed a demon slayer who got killed, and, like, picked them up. That was kind of, like, the narrative in my head of what I thought.
Did we see a flash of him at all, or was he somewhere and our focus was just on, like, the front?
No, I think... You remember they said 5 passed, and I think we only counted 4 and talked about it.
Yeah, the girl, messy face guy, yellow hair, well, Zenitsu, and Tanjiro.
Yeah.
And then, yeah,
So
we were so confused.
I don't know if we saw it. I don't know if we actually saw the 5th or not.
Well, Zenitsu said he ran up the hill first and was the first one back down.
Yeah. But I thought that you weren't allowed to do that.
I thought it was a 7-night thing.
Or is it that, or get to the top? Like, well, I wonder if there was another objective.
And is that his real head or is it a mask?
It's
like,
gotta be a
is
mask.
it a warding mask like Urokodaki was giving out with the foxes? You know, the fox faces?
Maybe he's disfigured.
I mean, I wonder if it's a warding mask. But then his legs were like kind of hairy.
And did you think that Zenitsu knew that it was a demon?
No. That got me. I'm shocked.
I wonder if he's covering and saying, like, I knew and I made a decision, or if I wonder if he could sense it as well and just didn't pry.
The layers are starting to peel back here and I'm getting curious.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
出た。鬼の音は人間の音と全く違うから。
Fair.
でも炭治郎からは泣きたくなるような優しい音がする。今まで聞いたこともないくらい優しい音だ。
Oh, goosebumps again!
生き物からはとにかく音がしている。たくさんの音がこぼれ出している。
That's kind of a cool
呼
thought.
吸音、心音、血の巡る音。それを注意深く聞くと相手が何を考えているか分かった。でも俺は人によく騙された。俺は自分が信じたいと思う人をいつも信じた。鬼殺隊でありながら鬼を連れてる炭治郎。でもそこには必ず事情があるはずだ。それは俺が納得できる事情だって。
Just trusting on blind faith. I love that.
Because he has a kind energy.
Sound. I don't
俺が
care.
直接炭治郎に話を聞く。だからお前は突っ込んでろ。話しろ。 らせない。
Ow!
There's the blue eye.
炭治郎の大事なものだ。
Alright.
あいつが戻ってくるまでは触らせない。クソが。
Dude!
I mean, I think if Tanjiro was healthy, he could take him, but
But together they probably can.
yeah, unless he passes out. He's got to kick him hard enough in the face to knock him out. This
I
guy.
don't like this pig head guy.
And that's because it's been for a real ride.
Tanjiro likes kindness, and
Yeah.
this is not gonna fly.
He's about to fly off the handle.
Yep. I'm gonna use my total concentration water breathing on you.
That's it. That's the last straw.
Dude, come on. Game over. Great music. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
You always have to watch out for the super nice ones, though, because if they're gonna rage, it's gonna be like blackout.
Scary.
You are making me look bad.
I've never seen Adam rage, but he is so nice that if he ever gets really mad, I don't want to be around. Me, I'm fiery. I'm feisty. What you see is what you get. I'm passionate. So nobody would be surprised. Yeah.
I've been close to the edge of that anger only a few times in my life.
I'm just gonna say, Zenitsu gained several points in my good books because I mentioned it earlier. I have some core values and like loyalty is one of them. That boy took a beating, and to just strictly on this feeling or this sound he absorbed about Tanjiro's character.
And the other thing that I really respected, it was like, I don't necessarily agree with this. I know it's a demon, but I'm gonna give him a chance to explain himself. Like, I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. And I really liked his explanation of like why he was gonna do it.
Can we take notes on that for regular life, please? We don't have to understand each other. We do not have to agree with each other's decisions, but like, let's give each other a chance.
Have a conversation.
Yeah, like Zenitsu. I never thought I would take a great lesson from him today.
No, I agree. And I hope, like the other episode where he was whining the whole time was almost almost unwatchable.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then you see him fight when he's passed out and you're like, oh, okay, like, fine, whatever. But like that conscious, like, act with that much character, I'm like, okay. I don't know if I can listen to whine for a whole half an hour, but like, I can get on board with that.
Yeah, and at the beginning, that's what I was saying. Like, there's no redeeming quality in what I've seen so far because he was unconscious when he was doing it. He was fully aware, fully awake, and made the choice to act in the way he did. So, yes.
And despite the consequence. Like, for me,
Yes.
that's like, when it's on the line, that's who you are. And like,
Yeah.
and he took it.
It's easy to make good decisions when things are easy. It is very difficult to make good decisions when things are stacked against you.
Yeah, I
And
agree. That was a pretty feel-good episode.
yeah, man, I loved that. Love the demon backstory. Love Zenitsu, as we were saying. Love that Tanjiro found that positive self-talk to make the right decisions. You know, complimented the demon there on his blood demon art at the end. Whether or not he knew that it was his writing or not is, I'm sure you guys know, so let us know. Was Tanjiro referring to the writing as Kyogai's blood demon art, or was he thinking that it was the Suzumi? Overall, I thought great episode.
Really good episode. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I want to learn more about Pighead here. I, again, was thrown for a big loop finding out he was the 5th,
Yeah.
you know, selectee
Yeah.
into the Corps. Is that
Is he
a
even in
warning
the Corps?
mask? Is he in the Corps? Did he accept it? He has to be, because I keep going back to the frickin' Nishirin
No, but you
as
have
if
to.
it's like.
But then, like, what
the
happens
answer.
when like, there's have to be those swords around, because what happens when a demon slayer is killed? Like, what happens to his sword? Like,
Well, it infuses with their like essence and blood, remember? So maybe it dissolves too.
Interesting.
Because remember when he went to visit Tanjiro, he was like, okay, like hold this, and then whatever color it turns is like attached to you, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I wonder if something happens, like there's that link or that bond, and it's like when the Demon Slayer dies, can Demon Slayers die? We also don't, like...
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Just add more twists. I'm excited for the next episode.
Me too. It'll be obviously a new quest will start, or else it'll be a whole conflict between Pighead and Tanjiro and Zenitsu. What's his name? Zenitsu.
Zenitsu.
I was close.
I heard that the emphasis has to be on the first syllable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or maybe they'll just, you know, kind of have a little showdown till nighttime and be like, Nezuko, come help us out.
How about a mending episode? They'll just lie there and recover.
We would love to hear your thoughts, as always. We are just so in this right now. So hit us up in the comments below. As always, we would be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned because episode 14 of Demon Slayer is coming next week. Bye, guys.